Hey guys, what's up, beautiful people out in Expediting land? Hey, I am going to go over a segment here. The newcomers are having some questions, just a few, about the low bidding process and the dry runs. They go hand in hand, okay? Basically, we're sitting here in Birmingham, Alabama. The low bidding process. When you get a load offer and dispatch has called you, a lot of people are getting confused about why their load is getting canceled en route or getting a dry run. Sucks. Dry runs suck. Straight up. Everybody knows that. But unfortunately, they happen from time to time. And it happens. When you're en route, they said that you got the load. The company's got the load. You're en route to pick up, and you get a call back from dispatch. Bam, it's been canceled. Just real quick, newcomers are not aware of this. When there's load bidding in process and taking place, there's from 4 to 5 carriers that are bidding, okay? Now, whichever carrier bids the lowest bid usually gets the load offer, all right, in most cases. And also, you got to keep in mind a 5-cent difference could be the, decision change maker of a customer or broker going with another carrier rather than the carrier you're driving for. When you get on dispatched on a load and a dry run occurs, your load's been canceled, a dry run, you get paid for the dry run. Most companies offer that. If a company doesn't offer dry run pay, get the hell out, leave, go somewhere else. I mean, every dollar counts out here. Every dollar does. All right, newcomers. Load biddings, it's extremely competitive out here. It is extremely competitive. And like I said, dry runs happen and they suck. They straight up, they suck. But the load bidding offers too, it's not always the dispatcher's fault. They're doing their best to keep you running in most cases. If you get along with your dispatch and you got a good relationship with the fleet owner or what have you, they're doing everything they can, assure you they are. But dry runs do happen from time to time. And they suck. They do. There's no two ways about it. If you do not get dry run pay, don't stay with that company. Don't just go on, move on. And the load bidding process, again, when the load biddings are taking place, you're having multiple carriers bidding on the same load. And it could be one nickel that will make the difference between your carrier being chosen or another, okay? Now, I've gone over both negative and positives, pros and cons, what to look for in not driving with bad owners, and what to seek out, and what good owners display. What covered airport loads, went over that, empty move negotiations, and things of that nature. And now getting into another level, once you are on the road, you're experiencing more load offers, you're getting your hands behind the wheel, getting some experience, and these dry runs occur. They do happen, they suck. But you need to make sure, man, straight up, that they offer that dry run pay. Because there's some companies out there beat around the bush and BS you. They'll BS you, man. Oh we didn't, we didn't cover that. We never offered that when you were hired or anything of that nature. Just do not stay with the company that does not offer dry run pay. It does not happen that much, but every dollar counts out here, straight up. And it's just the way it is. You got a flatbed coming in here with 2 interstate light poles. Oh, wow, pretty big load there. Anyhow, just as far as the load pitting process goes, you've got to understand that when you are been contacted by dispatch, most loads are pre-approved and they already confirmed the bid, and your carrier has won the bid, get the best bid. But at times, like I said, from time to time, en route to pickup, you'll get a call, damn, load's been canceled. The newcomers get hot, they get pissed, they do, they get upset. And you've got to understand that when dry runs occur, you have to make sure, just like any other verification, layover, detention pay was covered. Okay? Once again, I covered over owner research, empty move negotiation, airport freight familiarizations. I covered all these things too. Layover and detention pay. All these videos, all this content, newcomers, please go ahead and go back if you need to and keep them up. Look at the thumbnails, keep them, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel and the notifications that I do put up for the newcomer drivers, because a lot of other channels, I'm not knocking no one again, and I don't want to hear nobody saying that I am, because I'm not. I'm getting tired of that. You know what I got to say? You know who you are out there, man. What I'm saying is, I don't get into pay rate vlogs or videos that much. You can go over what you made in a week or next week and all those things. That's good. That does not happen to everybody out here. There are so many circumstances. I'm going to go over these things as time goes by throughout the process. We still got a lot of content to cover, okay? And I'm doing piece by piece, bit by bit, to give you all the newcomers as much information, what to look for, to expect, how to position, and listen to, these videos are going to help you out a lot. Again, the low bidding process is taking place. You've got multiple carriers bidding on one load. And you make a one bid 5 cents cheaper than another carrier or carriers, and they get the load. They win the bid. And your carrier hasn't been notified yet, and you're en route to pick up or what have you, and bam, cancellation. Got to make sure and remember the dry runs. Dry run pay, layover pay, detention pay. All these things, most of these things are already added on, but dry runs is something, sometimes you have to fight for, and it's it's bullshit, straight up. And if you get in a tough spot, when you're already in a bad area, for example, and your load's been canceled and you got a dry run, again, you don't want to stay in one place no more than, if you can help it, no more than 24 hours in one place. If you have to move, contact your fleet owner, get with the fleet owner. So we've got to move. We just had a dry run. A load canceled here, so there's usually, that means that there is a carrier nearby, a local Expedite company that is bidding these loads extremely low. Very low. Very, very low rate bidding. And it's difficult to get out of these areas from sometimes. And also, again, go through the content, newcomers, and just sit back and try to absorb all this video content that I have presented to you, okay? Because once again, luring people in and all these things, it's good. Pay rate vlogs are good. And sitting down with individuals and say, hey, look, here's how much we make, here's the potential that you can make, and all those things. But in order for you to be successful out in this business, you've got to learn it. You've got to learn all these bits and pieces of the puzzle together. Okay? Again, I covered all kinds of things so far. Owner research, empty move negotiations, airport familiarizations. I went over all kinds of things with layover pay, detention pay, and all these things. And I hope everybody's watching it and gathering all the information and absorbing it and applying it to their Expedite experience. And as they're out here running the road out here, You know, it's not a, you know, you got to be a hustler. You got to be a hustler out here, and you got to understand too. You're not an owner op, or you don't have your own dispatch. You don't deal with brokers direct. Well, the dispatch team and the carrier and then the owner gets involved with the load bids a lot, most of the time. And these dry runs happen from time to time, and they suck. They are horrible, you know. But again, you know, when that does happen, you immediately, of course, you know, you send your paperwork in, however your company processes it, by screenshot, transflow, wherever, you mail it in, whatever the case may be. But you've got to make sure, be alert and familiar with dry runs when they happen, because man, the newcomers, and I've seen it from time to time again, especially on the new Facebook group, man. They're asking, you know, aren't we supposed to get paid if loads cancel while en route and things of this nature? Yes, absolutely. It's called a dry run. Absolutely. Even if you are en route, you arrive at the shipper, bam, and they cancel on you while you are in the dock or you're on property. It's still a dry run, straight up. Most companies will require the shipper to sign off. Most companies don't. They already have it verified from the customer that, hey, he or she arrived, and dry run will be issued. Pay will be issued. But they suck, and you know, it is a good business if you can learn it. You know, just learn, you know, what best fits you. If you are better suited for a cargo van, if better suited for a straight truck team or solo, semi, what have you. But again, you know, everyone's different. Everyone has their niche, and that's what is going on here, is that you got to understand all this video content being put together for your benefits, every bit of it. I'm going to go over some stories later on, more content next week. What happens when you know, some other issues that occur when, you know, an owner's not being honest with you. Okay, that's why it's so imperative to get experience, so you'll know what to look for. Again, all the video content that I've got up has thumbnails displayed what the information is about, and listen to them. Please listen to the video content. Okay, all these things, you know, I just don't blurt out. This is all information you need, and put it all together. And you know, as you know, the driving karaoke videos are for entertainment, that's it. But you know, I want you to understand that this channel is here to help you. My experience, any questions that you've got, continue to send them my way in my Facebook group. And emails. I'm getting emails more than the Facebook questions, but they're all accumulated, and I look at them, and I want to make sure that I'm addressing the proper questions and answering them in the simplest form, so you can understand. This segment, just real quick, about the loading process and the dry runs. Again, the loading process, the loading bid process is just, you know, very tedious and competitive, and you're going to have a lot of carriers bidding on the same load that dispatch has called you about. And unfortunately, dry runs occur from time to time. They suck. So you got to be alert and ready. Okay, try not to get mad or upset or what have you, because I'm guilty of that from time to time. And you know, I immediately will call dispatch and say, hey, look, this area here is a cancellation already. That tells me that somebody's bidding very low in that area. So you need to get out of the area if you can. All right? If you can. If you need to wait a little while longer for a good load or a halfway decent load, do so. If you have the means to move and you're driving for a private owner and he approves it, go ahead and do it. You know, owner ops, you guys got, you know, like I said, man, a lot of people don't know this coming in, all these things, and we really need to help the newcomers, and it's our duty out here as YouTubers to help individuals and newcomers coming into this business. It's our job, man. You know, you just think about all the other YouTubers now, guys. You know, just think about, you know, back then when you started. YouTube has been around, I don't know how long, 05, 06, something like that. I don't know the exact date. But if you started earlier than that, in early 2000s, there was no YouTube channel researches for anyone to gather. You know, if you and please like and subscribe to my channel. With all the content, it's going to continue to be published. All my content will be piece by piece, a little bit as I can, and detailed as I can, and legit content. And I hope everyone will use it to their benefit when they're coming into the expediting business. Okay? And like I said, it's extremely competitive out there as far as the load bidding process goes. It can be a 5-cent difference. You get a dry run while en route to pickup, or you already arrived for pickup, and a dry run will occur, and they suck. They do. So just be prepared for that. They go over it again in orientation, but when it happens to you, most people get upset, extremely upset. Team solo, they're like, "What the hell? What's going on here? What the heck, man? I mean, come on." But anyway, just, you know, go ahead and see what you can do about getting out of that area, because like I said, if you're getting a dry run and load canceled on you, other than weather conditions and all those other common sense things, you need to move out of that area if you can. And learning your customer's base, I had a video up about that. When you're learning your carrier's customer base, that helps out a lot, you know, whoever it may be. It could be a welding shop, it could be a print shop, it could be an automotive plant company, it could be a tractor supply company, John Deere, Caterpillar. When you learn your carrier's customer base, that helps out too, okay? And again, dry runs suck, but just be prepared for them. But try not to get upset, because I do. I'm a human being, you know, just like anybody else. But I hope everybody's having a good week, decent week. It's a little slow for us this past week for the whole fleet. Last week was good. The week before was kicking butt. Then all of a sudden, bam, it dried up again. That's just the way it goes in this business. So you got to pay attention to your finances and what you're making. You know, you'll make a real man. You know, you could go 2-3 weeks in a row making oodles of money, good money. You know, as a, you know, a driver for a private owner. You know, owner ops, man, and you know, you got it going on. You got it. And if you're successful, you know, and they know what they're doing. I am just trying to do my part and help out newcomers. But I don't BS around. I tell it like it is, straight up. But you know, like I said, stay focused, stay positive. Dry runs suck, and they happen from time to time. This is Denny of Expediting Land, coming from Montgomery, Alabama. I will see you next week. See ya!